Hello and welcome back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Yevrà here, my acolyte here on the world of Korriban. We have been sent on our third trial down to the lower wilds to enter the tomb of Marka Ragnos and manage to locate a holocron, gain possession of it, and bring it back to the Sith Academy. A task seemingly given to many an acolyte, all of whom have failed so far. But for us to pass our trial, we must succeed one way or another. So we've just arrived here in the lower wilds. As I mentioned in the last part, we'll very briefly talk about how we may get around the various worlds we visit. There are numerous methods, of course, using our own feet, of course, or various speeders to travel around the different worlds at a faster pace. We also have these transport service droids,
displaying all authorized destinations,
who have predetermined routes that you may travel upon. It used to be that you would have to travel to each droid on foot, and then activate them to activate their transport link. This one here at the field research area wasn't available until we traveled through the lower wilds to the research base and spoke to the transport service droid there. But with the Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion, they made changes, and now all of the transport routes are already open for anyone wishing to make use of them.
Travel route is confirmed.
In addition, you have these quick travel nodes here. You can see the ones we've unlocked so far. The field research area travel node has also been unlocked as we flew over it earlier. Normally, these would become unlocked when you were unlocking the map region where they're located, but it used to be that you would have to interact with them to unlock them. Either way.
Looking to upgrade your arsenal? Good hunting.
We can earn a few more credits, and a fellow acolyte would like our attention.
Hey, friend. If you're headed out by the Tukata, Lord Varrison is paying actual credits for bone marrow samples. Varrison's doing some sort of experiment for Lord Renning. The less details we know, the better, I'm sure. I don't even want to know why they need that much bone marrow.
Some Sith Lord. This Lord Varrison is after bone marrow samples from the local Tukata. Let us learn about the lower wilds first of all. Nowhere on Korriban is a planet's dark influence stronger than in the lower wilds. What begins as ringing ears and a cold unease can eventually cripple and dominate an unprepared Sith. Weaker minds can be twisted and broken in a matter of hours, leaving soldiers weeping in the sand or slaves frothing, ready to kill. The source of this corrupting power is unknown. Some believe it is the residual dark energy of the ancient Sith species, while others insist the canyon serves as a focal point for the combined hatred and strength of the entombed Dark Lords. Some even hope the madness is caused by an artifact buried beneath the sands, waiting for a Sith to claim its power. So we must mentally prepare ourselves for the dark side influence of the wilds as we approach the tombs. We have the Tukata here. He managed to cut our brand new robes. How very dare he. And even though I won't always look at the bestiary, since these creatures are on Korriban, they are somewhat of interest. These oversized hounds were bred to be fearless and relentless. Left to guard the Sith tombs of Korriban, they have sharp horns, long claws, and savage teeth. They are unusually intelligent and seem capable of communicating with one another through unknown means. It is said that the species was non-violent and grazing before being corrupted by Sith alchemical experiments that awakened the latent part of their brains and changed them into unnatural abominations. Random mutations now occur that produce some Tukata that can live for centuries and grow to immense proportions. And as we can see, we do have a strong Tukata here. Not strong enough, seemingly. Seems they also have some form of venomous spit, similar to the claw slugs.
More bone marrow samples. Lord Renning will be pleased. You may go.
It seems our fellow acolyte was indeed speaking the truth. That Lord Varison was indeed after those samples. And with completing his task, we actually earned enough experience to learn some new abilities. We've learned Dark Heal, which heals a target for a small amount of health. And we've also learned... Did we learn this ability yet? I suppose with all of our... With us coming through the wilds, we could say the dark side influence has been further seeping into our very being. And now our ability to channel Force Lightning has grown even more powerful. allowing us to bring down this force storm over a certain area. It consumes 60 force over a period of 3 seconds and deals a reasonable amount of energy damage, up to 8 targets. There is again a small amount of chance that a target may be stunned by being within the effects of the storm. It seems Lord Renning may be serving... Sorry, Lord Varrison may be serving Lord Renning here.
Ah, I'd heard we were evaluating alien competency to be Sith. How fascinating to finally meet a test subject. I trust the sight of a messy operating table doesn't disturb you?
The path to power is not for the faint-hearted.
You remind me of myself at your age. This used to be a Tukata, the hound-like creatures infesting Korriban's tombs. On the surface, nothing special. But I alone can see this creature is an expression of pure dark side energy. Aggression made manifest.
Amazing. How did you learn that?
The Force told me so. It speaks to me. The Force is alive. It expresses its will in the physical world. This Tukata was one such form.
Are we another of these forms?
Sith are the highest manifestation of the Force's will. I've dissected hundreds of Tukata, forging a direct connection to the dark side. Each beast I examine advances me toward perfect unity. I now stand at a new frontier, but find myself thwarted. My most perfect specimen, a Tukata mutant, escaped to the tombs before I could analyze it.
Your work is too important to fail, my lord.
Indeed. Perhaps the Force has brought you to me for a reason. You acolytes delve those tombs on your trials. You could hunt that Tukata for me and retrieve its perfect brain. My apprentice, Melora, saw which tomb the mutant beast fled into. Find out what she knows, assist me, and you will be rewarded.
Why not send your apprentice to recover this beast?
She's more suited to the laboratory than the tombs. She lacks your fire, I'm afraid. Ask Melora where to seek the Tukata, and return to me when you have its brain.
You'll notice that we have to say things sometimes that will appease those in a greater position of power. We may not exactly mean what we have to say, but we're still transitioning from that point of slave to becoming Sith.
My apprentice, Melora, is standing over there. Ask her where to find the mutant Tukata that escaped.
Seeking Lord Renning's lost pet, are you? Don't waste your time. That fool's research is pointless.
How did you discover this?
My master is insane. Wasn't it obvious when you spoke to him? Renning deludes the Dark Council into believing he's advancing Sith knowledge. The truth is, he wastes the Empire's time and resources dissecting mindless animals. But if his experiments were discredited, he would be banished, and I would be rewarded.
How exactly is telling me supposed to help?
Look, just a minor alteration to the mutant Tukata's brain would allow me to reveal my master as a fraud. Bring me the brain before delivering it to Lord Renning, and I'll make it worth your while.
Betraying your master carries considerable risk.
The greater the risk, the greater the reward. For both of us. The mutant Tukata escaped to the tomb of Marka Ragnos. It's much larger than the others, so it's easy to spot. Return to me with the brain before you see Lord Renning, and I'll take care of the rest.
Yes, the greater the reward. I see how you're gonna be rewarded for exposing your master as insane. I don't see how I'm gonna gain a reward apart from maybe a brief monetary one. His apprentice is trying to manipulate us, of course. He may be eccentric, Lord Renning. He may be onto something. Who are we to say? You can see the various tombs in the distance here. We have some supply crates and a data pad here.
Sergeant Garrus, turns out the rumors were true. Some of the sentries we lost down here aren't dead. They lost their minds, just like the acolytes. Doesn't mean we're going to have any easier a time getting the research supplies back, though. The crates are secured with multi-locks. If we're going to open these things without frying the contents, we'll need to get all the sentries' code cylinders back. I don't think negotiation is an option. The men aren't keen to take down their old comrades, but we'll do what we can. Once we have the code cylinders, we'll crack open the supply crates and get back. Tavon out.
What happened to some of the sentries? Yeah, many of the sentries here in the lower wilds lost their minds when on a mission to recover the research supplies. His compatriots now guard the code cylinders required to unlock these supplies. So we need 4 code cylinders. A Sith warrior is as willing to brave the dangers, it seems. We, on the other hand, will test ourselves against those former members of the Imperial military. Seems our ability to call down a force storm of lightning is rather adequate for our needs. We have, of course, a bonus mission while trying to locate the tomb of Marka Ragnos to deal with 15 of the troopers and slaves that have been driven insane. It was one of the code cylinders there. You'll likely see us making use of Force Storm very often, just due to how effective it is in dealing with large groups of enemies. Up along here is an object of interest. We touch this datacron, but are unable to access it. One of our previous characters on this legacy has opened this datacron in the past. This is an ancient technology from an ancient empire. Upon finding them for the first time, you will be given the sensation of being empowered. And you will also be given or rewarded with history of the past, what has occurred before. We have unlocked many datacrons. In fact, we can actually see the datacrons we have unlocked over our legacy here. There are still more to be discovered. And we have the tomb of Marka Ragnos. We'll have a look at that codex entry in a short while. We have more claw slugs in here. Here in the burial grounds within the tomb of Marka Ragnos, we must lure out this mutant Tukata. To do that, we've picked up a plump claw slug larva as a meal to the Tukata. Seems our fellow acolytes are looking to do the same. I know, I'm powerful. You don't need to fear me. Security chest. Didn't see that over there. And then we go digging through the Tukata's head and claim its brain. Lovely. This is where the troopers were encamped. And here lies the tomb of Marka Ragnos. But we also have the final code cylinder. Before we truly enter the tomb, let's have a look at this codex entry, shall we? Strength, power, and strategy mark the rule of Marka Ragnos. Descendant from the original Sith inhabitants of Korriban and the Dark Jedi exiles who interbred with them, Marka Ragnos was destined for greatness. He conquered his competitors in a series of quick, ruthless campaigns, and became Dark Lord of all Sith, a title he would hold for more than a century. The reign of Marka Ragnos might have been short-lived had he not displayed great strategic discipline. Instead of clashing directly with Sith challengers who hungered for his power, he pitted his enemies against each other to weaken and destroy them. Similarly, he was one of the few Sith of his era who knew of the existence of the Republic and the Jedi Order. He chose not to attack, and instead focused on strengthening the Sith Empire. The golden age of the Sith would end shortly after his death, but the legacy and spirit of Marka Ragnos would live on within his tomb in the Valley of the Dark Lords. And we have many failed acolytes and those who were exiled from the academy here, hoping for a chance to regain favor. And we leveled up once again. Similar to our trials, a Sith warrior has their own trial within the tomb of Marka Ragnos, and we have our own along this way. We have gained or encountered a new type of enemy, the Shirrak. Eyeless winged monstrosities that hunt in swarms. Shirraks are cave-dwelling terrors, indigenous to Korriban. Fiercely territorial, they attack intruders with aggression and frenzy. Typically cave-bound, every 63 years, the Shirraks of Korriban spill from the habitats every day for the entire summer. They fill the sky, blotting out the sun and moon, and rain their bluish droppings onto everything below. Before the Sith returned to reclaim Korriban, every 63rd summer saw biologists from across the galaxy descend on the planet to observe the purpling of the red terrain. And here we stand, and here is the ancient stone monument. The holocron's monument bears the marks of many hundreds of unsuccessful attempts to pry it open. What do we know of the dark side so far?
Peace is a lie. There is only passion.
The monument shudders briefly. Seems reciting the code did not achieve our desired goal.
Just open, damn it!
Oh. And inside is a smaller version of the top of the monument. A holocron itself, it seems. How very interesting. I looked at the other options, offering blood. I'm sure many a failed acolyte offered blood to the monument. I don't imagine they were successful. We may as well now travel to the field research base. Before we go see Lord Renning, as we are not going to take up his apprentice's offer. We'll take those research supplies and back over at the Sith Academy is where Sergeant Garrus is located.
I'm running out of patience. Have you finally acquired the mutant Tukata brain, or should I send someone else?
I got what you wanted.
Ha! Wonderful. Let me see it.
I'm sure you'll find it satisfactory.
Look at the mottling along the frontal lobe. Oh, I can't wait to analyze this. You've done an impressive job, young alien. I have no qualms about rewarding your effort.
Melora asked me to sabotage your experiment.
Is that so? Melora, if you can't show my work the appreciation it deserves, there's no place for you as my apprentice.
Wait, Master. It's a lie. I haven't betrayed you.
I know the truth when I hear it, Melora. I'm releasing you from my service. Eventually.
Master, please, stop! No!
My dear, the pain for you is only beginning. Take your reward and leave. Melora and I have much to discuss.
Sounds like you need some help.
I appreciate your kind offer, but I prefer to handle this myself. Farewell. Leave me to my research. I have much work to do.
Do you have anything to say?
Congratulations. You've helped a delusional maniac remain in power. I hope you're pleased with yourself.
I am very pleased with myself, thank you. Enjoy your suffering. We have our first bit of headgear. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Thankfully, we can turn it off. I wonder, actually. I might actually grow into it. Fact is, with us not wearing it, it reveals how weak our neck almost appears. How bare it seems. Whereas if we show some sign of protecting it...
At your service, my lord.
Yes, can I help you with something? Hold on. Are those the research supplies we were after? I'd given up on them days ago. You've no idea how much I appreciate this. Some of these chemicals take months to manufacture. Not much use to you, but vital to us. Thank you. You're welcome to use some of our equipment as compensation. I'll make sure to mention you to the commander.
Pleasure to be of some assistance, Sergeant.
Thanks again for your help retrieving those research supplies.
Please use all products only as intended.
Oh.
Be well.
We gained a new blade. Very well, we'll take a break here once more. When we come back, we will return to the Sith Academy with our holocron in hand and see what Overseer Harkin has to say about our success. Thank you all for joining me once again with even more Star Wars: The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish. Hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, no, take care. Bye bye now.